nanongurarawa Nigo sana kodoe namataka Paunanuma nananda tonlasa Mai subana numa tikona Fanwarongo nanomo nivanua Keinata nilevu tunaua Lomango voli meu bau batuka Tovolea ke balavu nabula Sana kodoe namataka
No. Oh, well done, Johnny. Yeah,
How are you recording?
right.
We're off.
Let's see. Good. We're alive and well. Whilst we're alive and kicking, Ray Zachary sent a message. Apologies, not being able to come in, but you know he sends his best wishes. And also, I think we've probably seen it from Hilda. Hilda might not either. Did you see that one, Fruity?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Did Ray say how he's getting on in the UK, Dave?
No. Well, not in depth, Johnny. But,
Okay.
Is he over here then?
yeah, but he's visiting his mum, she's not too good, so he's over here specifically just to see her, which you know we understand that, you know.
Who's that?
Zachary's
Zachary.
Zachary and his
Yeah.
mum.
Oh, he's over here, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashley, Dave, do the favour and call up. If you mute yourself and call Ollie and tell him to go out and come back in again. This time, if he tries to connect to all the stuff. Oh, he just did it. He just went.
Who's
No,
that?
he's still in. Yeah.
Hello, Scotty.
Ollie.
Hello, David.
Hi,
Hello,
Derek.
everyone.
Yeah, good to see you.
Evening.
Evening.
Let's get me
Morning.
screen sorted.
So Fruity, I have been thinking of you this week, but I didn't give you a ring. But I not for anything, no reason behind it, but just to let you know.
All right.
Thanks very much.
I'm not staying in very long tonight anyhow, so
Okay, all right. So, have you been? Did you go down to your social last night, Fruity, or in the afternoon?
I did this afternoon, yeah, as usual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbo, it's the middle of the night, Barbo.
I know,
Obviously, he can't sleep.
terrible jet lag.
Yeah.
Terrible jet lag.
Whereabouts are you?
In Manila.
Manila. Wow.
I'm just in the foyer of the hotel.
Good.
Thriller in Manila.
Yeah, there's just Thriller in Manila. There's me and the security guard. That's all. Yeah,
Just the way you like it.
just the way I like it. Yeah. So I got my coffee. So made myself a coffee. But yeah, terrible jet lag, guys.
Yeah.
Went to Manila on the first world cruise, I think, on the Trusan. It was bellboys.
Oh, I was.
We all went ashore with the welfare lead in hand. I think.
I bet you had a wild time.
All right, Kizzy. He kept an eye on us.
Peter, Fruity, Scotty,
Is
Steve,
Hey, Jimmy.
Is he?
Well done, Jane.
Dave, John, Chris,
Yes.
Bobo
Hey.
in Manila.
Hello. How are you, Gizzy?
How you doing, mate?
Good.
Good trip.
Yeah, all good. All good. Busy. Yeah, so here for a few days, then I'm off to one of the islands. So yeah, my son's arriving on Tuesday from Sydney on his way back to
he
London.
arriving- Is he arriving for the marriage, Bobo?
No, we're not getting married. Not at the moment. Not at the moment. Yeah, it's on delay. It's on hold. Yeah, it's on hold at the moment.
How you
Yeah,
doing,
so-
Fruity? Are you on the mend?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I've still got some side effects, but I'm getting better.
you'll
Okay,
you'll
good.
do it, Freddie.
Good.
I saw the lovely Philip very briefly last Saturday
But Miss
Was that-
Butcher,
in the
Southampton,
standing
yeah.
order.
yeah, he rang me this morning actually, and we had a little chat, not for long. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I had a
hoping-
party, had a cup of coffee. We had about half hour catching up, you know.
I'm hoping to meet up with him in Mike Hawksworth in the next couple of weeks for a bit of lunch. We
Oh,
haven't done it for a long, long time because I didn't really feel like travelling down there, but hopefully we will soon.
good.
I think Ollie's having a bit of a problem.
Yeah, he needs to go out and come back in again. I've got Dave on the phone to him right now.
All right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
How are you, Pete? Doing okay?
Yeah, not bad, Jim. Not bad. Sorry about yesterday.
Oh, it's all right, mate. We could have had a point out of it if we'd have had some strikers.
Yeah, we'd have probably made it worse if we'd have had some strikers.
Just noticing on Facebook that the old engineers from our day are not having a good week this week, are they?
Oh, see,
John
John
Heslop.
John
John
Heslop
Heslop.
died.
yeah,
Oh,
I've
John
got a lot of
Heslop.
time for John Heslop. He's a gentleman.
And,
Dead right. Dead
Steve,
right.
was John Heslop on the West Coast with you then, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'll add him to the in memoriam thing then. I didn't
and
realise that.
Bob,
I think I was with him on the PP and the Sun.
Well, was he second engineer?
He was second engineer for a long time.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, he got promoted, I think, after I left the West Coast.
and Bob.
Yeah, I
Bob
remember him
Baker.
on the Sun.
You know Bob Baker?
Bob
The
Baker,
name is
Yeah.
very familiar from Chitty
Yeah.
signing, but I can't place him.
He
Eddie.
used to play. I played football with him on the Sun.
Who the?
He was an engineer on the Sun.
What year was that,
Yeah.
Steve?
Late 70s,
Oh, so I must have known him then if he played football.
early 80s.
Or
All right, it's just coming out that he's passed away as well.
Oh dear.
just so Ollie's just going to do a re-entry into the crew bar, and hello to Eddie.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can, Eddie, and it's
Loud and
nice
clear.
to meet up with you.
It's all
My
right.
name-
Who's talking to? Nobody else does, but it's all right.
My name's Eddie Harrison. I was on the Sun Princess from 82 up to the Royal Princess came out in 84, and then I was on the Royal Princess for a couple of years as well. I was a public room steward.
Oh, I know who you are now. Yeah,
That
I
used
must
to
know
be
you,
Walker.
Eddie.
yeah.
Ian
I've got
Stevens, I
you now.
remember you as well. I worked with you on the Sun
Yeah,
Princess.
that's right. Yeah, we edit.
It's you, Stevie
Yeah,
Walker,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
me,
you must have been on the roll with me. I did the Maiden Boys there too, but I joined it in
Yeah.
Antigua on the way out.
Right, that's right. Yeah, because I was on the Sun for a couple of years with Dougie Bayliss and
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
good
So
to meet you
I was
again.
I was in touch with Brendan Cole. I sent him some pictures today. I sent him some pictures of the Sun Princess and the Royal Princess, and he tagged me and he says, Eddie, try and join this meeting. So I thought I'd pop in and say hello.
Well,
Yeah,
hello to
Great to
you,
see you, mate.
Eddie.
Great to see you.
Okay.
Yeah, good. John Ginty was my assistant for a spell, along with Terry Toy, Scottish girl.
Oh, I remember Terry very well.
Yeah. She was my assistant for a spell too.
Well, I'm glad. Well, Eddie, now look, just a quick welcome, obviously a welcome from all of us. Now, give us a very, very quick one. When did you go to sea? What ship? What were you doing? And then how long were you away on whichever ships?
And also, where are you living, Eddie? In Scotland?
Yeah, I'm living in East Kilbride in Scotland.
Oh, I never
flipping
would
heck,
guess.
Yeah, know that. Oh my God. Yeah. Very
came
nice.
to-
Very nice.
I came to sea in 1979. I left Gravesend in 79 and went to sea. And I started off in Silverline with chemical tankers. And then I was a bellboy on the Oriana. And then I went to QE2 for a year. And then I came back on the Canberra. I was on the Canberra for a while. And then I ended out on the West Coast with the Sun and the Royal. And then when we all got laid off, when it changed the contracts, I was working on cargo ships. And then I spent 25 years up in Orkney and Shetland. And I've been the past 7 years with Calmac. I'm working with Calmac at the moment.
We're still at sea then, yeah?
Yeah, I'm still at sea.
Wow.
Well done. Well, and what run are you doing on the Calmac?
Oban to Col, Tyree and Collinsey, and occasionally run out to Barra.
Bloody yeah. Well, I was on the Hebridean Princess for 15 years, obviously mainly out of Oban anyway.
Yeah. I think, did I meet you with Brendan and Scrabster? You came
Well,
on
Charles, where did we meet up?
Scrabster, north of Scotland.
It was, yeah, it was.
Yeah, there was you and I can't remember the other guy's name came over.
Charles Carroll.
Yeah.
It was Charles and Brett. You were working with Brendan then, were you?
Yeah, and we were talking about you that day.
Bloody hell. Yeah, yeah. I'll hook out a photo from when we did the visit. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Very good. I was going to say, if you did Shetland and Orkney, I guess you were on that route, you know. With,
yeah.
Very good. Which one are you on for the Calmac?
Clansman.
Clansman, yeah. Oh, hang on, Clansman. Has that got a chief officer that used to be on the Princess ships?
What's his name?
Oh, John. He's either Canadian or married to a Canadian or something.
No, I can't think offhand.
Okay. No, I did meet up with one of the boys from there. Well, Eddie, it's good to see you. Now, before we forget, would you be kind enough to send, and you will still have it because you're still at sea, but have you got your first discharge book photo?
Yeah, I've got it somewhere upstairs.
Yeah, well, if you dig it out under all the tartan, find it, and then send it through to Colonel.
But yeah,
on the group.
But wait a sec, Dave. So what platform are you on, Eddie? Are you on Messenger?
No, I've just clicked Zoom now.
Yeah, I get that, but what are you on the Facebook group with the?
No, I don't use Facebook or Twitter or anything like that.
Okay, so Dave,
you have to go via Brendan. Would be a good idea.
Oh, maybe I can WhatsApp it to Brendan, and I'll get Brendan to forward it.
There you go.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Brendan should be in short, I should imagine, later on. Brendan should be coming in.
Yeah. Yeah. We all know Brendan, I'm afraid. So
You should give him a ring, Dave, and tell him his mate Eddie's in.
yeah, I will do. I'll send him a message now.
Eddie, do you remember Nevin Hamilton?
Here he comes.
No, look, he's just coming in.
Nevin Hamilton. Yes, I do remember Nevin Hamilton.
Yeah.
And I
still
seen
keep in
him
touch with him.
about 15 years ago. He was selling cars in the local garage here.
That's
I haven't
correct.
seen him since.
I saw him about 5-6 years back.
Yeah, I went in a garage and there was Nevin selling cars. I was totally surprised.
When I saw him, he was selling carpets.
Oh, he was selling carpets.
I still keep in touch with him every once in a while.
All right.
I missed that. Who was that? Yes.
And in Brendan.
How are you?
Brendan, I joined.
Eddie,
Brendan?
it's great you could make it, Eddie. I just thought I'd send it to you on the off chance. And here you are.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah, I thought, well, I'll go and try it.
Look at this motley bunch.
I thought there must be somebody on there I know, and luckily there's a few faces I know. So.
We've not
changed.
Stageman.
Well, you must know Andy Stageman.
Yeah, I worked with
Andy, I've
Andy
seen you
Stageman
for a
and
long
his wife
time.
Tony as well. Worked with them on that was on the Oriana and the Royal with them.
Who's that?
Andy
Eddie, what did
Stageman,
you
he
do
was
on
the
the
Royal
what
for
were
a
you
while,
on
wasn't he?
do on the Oriana then?
Sorry,
What did you do on the Oriana?
I was a bellboy.
When?
1980 or 81.
Oh, we were long gone, long
When
gone.
we were out in Aussie,
Yeah.
I
No,
was
before
on
you went
it
to
then.
Australia, it was before you went to Australia for good.
Who's
well, I rejoined it to go out to Aussie,
All right.
but I was on Canberra before that.
Yeah, because Dave was fruit very important, weren't you, David? Tell him what you were doing.
I looked after the fruit machines,
Yeah, more ways
Alright.
than one.
slot machines. Fuck off, whoever said that.
empty them mostly.
Otherwise, I'm going to talk about Gary Lineker for the next half an hour, and I really piss you off. Man.
Who's that?
His son Pratt, who used to be on BBC Scotland.
Non-league for me.
Dave, Dave, you must remember Eddie when we met in Scrabster.
Well, I didn't, but Eddie mentioned it.
Eddie and myself went to visit a week or so. I don't know how long it was, Eddie. We went up to see Robbie Robertson. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's right. And we went to see Robbie.
He's gone now, but we went up to his house at Koilu. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
I
we
went
showed
there.
pigeons.
He's pigeon man.
Yeah, we went up, he showed us his pigeons and stuff.
Was Robbie from the islands, or did he live at the very north? I
No,
thought
he
was
lived
from
in
the
the
islands.
He was originally from just outside Stirling, but he married a girl from Orkney, and that's why he spent all those years.
Right,
in
yeah,
Orkney.
because I always remember he said to me he was from the islands, or at the Orkneys. That's right, yeah.
His son was.
Good lad.
His son was. Last time I spoke to his son was about 10 years ago. His son was living in Shetland, and he was a chief officer on the supply ships in the North Sea.
Right.
He's very like his dad as well. Once you know who he is, you say, wow, he does look like his dad. I would imagine he's definitely a captain by now, though.
Robbie, bless him. He used to travel over on the ferry. Was it every week, Eddie? He used to come over, didn't he?
Yeah, every week or so he'd come over, didn't he? And he'd his free bus pass, and he used to go take the bus from the north of Scotland down to like Stirling and that, and tour about in the bus.
I just need to ask Chris Johnson something. Chris, how's the weather there? You getting rain or snow?
Yesterday was rain.
Okay.
Well, last couple of days of rain. It's clear today, but there's another big storm coming in on Tuesday night.
Whereabouts do you actually live? Exactly? I get mixed up.
About 15 miles east of Pasadena.
Okay.
In the foothills.
Okay.
Foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains. Yeah.
Snowing
Andy, did you sell back now, Andy? I think the last time I saw you, I came visiting the Royal Princess when she was in LA. That's San Pedro.
Yeah.
With the Pacific. I was on the Pacific then. Yeah. I think Malcolm Cobley.
Andy, did you and Tony sail with Eddie on the Royal?
Yeah, pretty sure I did, yeah.
Yeah, I did. I sailed with you and Tony in the Royal.
Yeah. I'm sure we did, yeah. Talking about Robbie Robertson, though, I visited Robbie. I used Tommy Jacks used to live in the Orkney Islands. He had a house up there, and I borrowed his house for a couple of weeks on holiday. I took the wife and the kids up there, and Robbie was working on the security of the ferries.
That's right. Yes, when it was P&O, he was working at.
Yeah,
that's right.
He was like security when the ferry came in. He used to go down and do security on the docks, and then go home. And Tony and I visited him, and all his pigeons and all that. He loved right into his pigeons. He was lovely bloke, Robbie.
Yeah, great gentleman. Yeah, I like Robbie.
Yeah, one of the best bar managers I've ever worked with.
Yeah, no, lovely guy, lovely guy. So Eddie, are you? It doesn't take long for you to get down to up to Oban, really. I suppose it's only a couple of hours, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm off on the 6th just now because I'm due back in 2 weeks' time. I had a second brain tumor operation there, and I've just got back. I've got over it, so I've been off the sick for a while, so I'm looking forward to get back to work in 2 weeks' time. That should be quite good.
It's one of your captains, Ian Stevenson. Or have you sailed with Ian?
Not sailed with him yet. There's about 29 different ships up there, so they're all over
Yeah.
the place. So
Yeah,
it's
because
unless you're
he lives in Oban anyway. So he's one of the ones who he used to work on Hebridean Princess. That's why I was asking.
all right.
Have we got the Welshman coming?
Yeah, that's why I got my hat on.
Oh, and there's Colin. Colin's in, and so sorry, Charlie in Bermuda. Brendan's got a question for you.
How's the bloody weather?
Very chilly today, Brendan. It's
what a shame.
62
What a
degrees.
shame, Charles.
We're very pleased to hear that.
We're very pleased to hear it back here in the UK.
Oh, great. And hello, Taffy.
I can always tell when it's hot, Charlie. She's got the fan going.
Taffy.
The fan's not going today.
No, not yet. A little early for that. Another month or so.
I don't know if Eddie was there. Colin?
What?
Colin. Hello, Colin.
Yes.
Colin Doughty.
Hello, Steve.
I don't know if you know Eddie. Eddie was on the Sun Princess as a PRS.
Eddie who?
Harrison.
Eddie who?
Eddie, go on, Eddie,
Harrison.
remind me.
Harrison.
Eddie
Yeah.
Harrison. Little
Yeah.
Scottish guy.
Not sure. Long time ago, don't remember.
When did you leave the Sun, Colin?
Oh God,
80.
79, 80.
Oh, you might have missed
Oh, I
it.
know. Hang on a minute. No, sorry, no, 82.
Well, then you should know him. Yeah.
Yeah, I was on there then.
Eddie,
Don't know. Maybe one trip. I don't know.
Eddie, can you recall
All right, look.
that story you told about Oscar in the Chinese crew mess and singing the song? Can you tell
Yeah,
the boys?
I mean,
can
you
you
said
tell
you
the
couldn't
boys that
remember
one?
this.
Because they don't know about this part of the story.
Right. There was where the Pakistani mess room was, and the crew mess room, there was a little room in there.
Chinese mess.
And it was John Russell, GR's 21st, I think it was his 21st birthday. So we were all in there, massive party, all the bar staff. And then the next thing, the alarm bells went. And the alarm bells went. So we're like, what's going on here? And the deck crew and that started running about with life jackets. So we thought, something's going on here. So it turns out there was a plane, we were going towards Skagway, a Cessna plane came down and ditched just right at the arse end of the ship.
Yeah.
And that's, you remember that, Steve?
Yeah.
And anyway, so we're at this party with all the bar staff are like well tanked up. Can't believe this is going on. So we all head out on deck to see this going on. And the lifeboat went out, gets the pilot onto the lifeboat, brings it back. So what the funniest thing was, when we all went to go out, Oscar was like out his nut and he was singing Mud, Mud, Glorious Mud for the Pirates up in Zance. We went out, witnessed this guy getting rescued off this plane that sunk, came back in to go and join the party again, and Oscar was still there singing the same song.
I spoke to Oscar on Thursday.
Mud, glorious mud.
I spoke to Oscar on Thursday.
All right.
How was he, Fruity?
He's all right. Yeah, he's okay.
Good,
He's busy as usual, working 6 days a week.
No, he works 8 days a week, 36 hours a day. Isn't it?
You know what he's like.
Oh, flipping heck, yeah.
Loves it.
I don't know if you know, Eddie, but Oscar lives in Carlisle.
All right.
And I'm not sure how old Oscar is now, but he must be touching his 70s.
76, I think.
I think about 76,
But
yeah.
he's a tour guide at Carlisle Cathedral.
Right.
But his knees have gone. So he struggles a bit, but he does a great job up there. So that's where Oscar is. If you find yourself in Carlisle, go to the cathedral and you'll bump into Oscar.
Has anybody ever heard of David Hawkins lately? Harry
to
the dog?
introduce somebody to you.
Oh, Harry the dog.
Yeah, does anybody remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
Can anybody
Granddaughter
remember?
Colin?
Oh.
Hang on.
Yes.
One at a time. Dave,
Granddaughter.
control, David.
Can I ask what his knees
Oh,
went?
hang on. Who's come? This is the addition to the family here.
Yeah.
Look, we've got our newest crew bar members
She's
just
come
turned
to
up.
say hello, and she said,
Oh,
"You lot are a load of naffs and should not be in the crew bar."
Oh. We've lost. I've only got frozen.
Hey,
I've got frozen Colin.
Congratulations, Colin.
We had her first smile today, and she's only 5 weeks old.
Oh.
Oh.
She's going to have a noise. Now she's going to create because she sat with me.
Just like we all used to.
No.
Yeah.
So this is the addition to the family, and she says hello.
And Colin, I
Hello,
forgot
back.
what's her name.
Autumn.
Autumn.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Winter,
Lovely.
spring, summer.
Well done and congratulations.
Well done.
Well
Lovely.
done.
Go on,
Oh, she's
Dave.
waiting now.
Tell Eddie about Dave Hawkins.
All right, I'm going to hand her back now.
All right.
She's had her photo time.
Okay.
So,
I can't see him.
Okay.
I've got a frozen frame of Colin here.
Sorry, what's that? Steve?
Eddie,
Close
did
the
you
frame,
know
Colin.
that Harry or Dave Hawkins had obviously left the sea due to? Were you on board when he got crushed in the watertight
I
door?
was on the
No,
Royal, but I went to visit him in hospital in Skagway.
Yes. Yeah.
I was on leave at the time.
Was anybody actually on board the ship, Gizzy?
No,
were you there?
I was on leave.
I can remember the incident, Dave, but I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I
was there.
can't remember a lot about it after that. I know we landed him, didn't we? We landed him ashore.
Yes, yeah, and he was visited by obviously the local, the well, I say the Bible. I'm being nice, but the Bible bashers, local,
Seaman's Mission.
the Seaman's Mission, they all came through to visit him, and because obviously out in Alaska he didn't have many, he didn't have any local family, so he was visited by them, and obviously he survived from it, and it changed him forever and a day, because from the way we all knew Dave Hawkins, the wild party, everything, you name it, did it. He saw the light, and then he became a Seaman's Mission himself, and he actually ran one up. But where was it, Scotty? Did you say?
SeaWorld he was ended up
say
in.
that?
No, I didn't know him.
Ollie did, I think. Where's Ollie?
He ended up in Alaska somewhere.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
a
I think
past-
Alaska.
as a
Someone posted something about this recently.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what, it was Oscar sent me something about it.
Right.
I'll have to try and dig it out and see if I can find it.
Mhm.
I'm sure that Oscar sent me an email with an attachment all about
Yeah.
what he was doing.
It was a video they made, Fuji. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He became a pastor. He went all religious and became a pastor.
Oliver.
Well, if he comes on the crew boat, we better keep our language clean.
He's retired now. Lives in Canada.
What it was, I had he'd kept in touch. What it was, I knew he had went to become a pastor, but I hadn't heard of him for years. The last time I seen him was when he came over from America. It must have been about 25 years ago, and he was visiting. He was staying with Fast Eddie in Blackpool when Fast Eddie Galvin had the hotel in Blackpool.
Yeah.
You remember Fast Eddie? Yeah.
Yeah,
And Dave was staying with him. Dave Hawkins was staying with him for a couple of months, and then he got back into America again, and then nobody heard of him again, and that's, I've just wondered what actually happened to him.
Yeah. He's retired now. Lives in Canada apparently.
All right.
Yeah. With a family. He's got a
With a
family, and
family,
wife,
yeah,
kids.
with a family, yeah. So
Right, guys, I've got to go because I've got to go and sort some jarring and stuff out. So I'll see you all next week. Okay.
all right,
Okay,
Fruity.
Fruity.
Bye.
Good to
Bye.
see you.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cheers, Dave.
Bye.
Cheers, Dave.
Is every,
Oh,
I was going to say, I got a list of attendees for the P&O reunion lunch in May. Is everyone still going? Yeah.
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 My name wasn't on there, but I've sent him my.
Yeah, I got to say, I was about to say there's a couple of names missing. Yours was one, Steve, but you are going, yeah.
Yeah, I've sent him my money and my request. Yeah.
Excellent, good. But I didn't put down any table requests because I think we just get plonked all together anyway, don't we?
Yeah, they
Well, I
don't
did
know,
say,
no one else
I did
wants to
say
sit
keep me
with
away
us,
from
Gizzy.
Dave Inge and John Kling.
Table of 30 in the corner.
Well, Madam and I are coming down on the Thursday night like we normally do.
Yeah.
But when we go back Friday afternoon, as we have done the last couple of years, because she's got something on the Saturday.
Sure. No, it'd be good to see all of you there. And you as well, Ollie. All right, be nice to see you.
Oh,
But when I was down there last week, talking to Mother, apparently the JB is closed at the moment.
Yeah.
So
we knew, Jim.
we're going to have to find a new assembly
New
point.
venue. Yeah.
You've got the Duke of Wellington just down the road, haven't you?
Yeah, that's a good boozer.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is Gatty's still open?
Gatty's, yeah.
Do you know, I walked by the bar gate last week looking for it, and I know it was around there somewhere, but there's nothing.
I think it was opposite the Red Lion, wasn't it? The Nag's Head and the Red
The
Lion.
Nag's Head. That was
That's an Indian, that is.
Ollie, you remember the Nag's Head?
Yeah, the Nag's Head's an Indian restaurant now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I walked by it
Dave, you live in
last
Southampton.
yeah. Yeah. So, Bobo, did you frequent quite a few local pubs in Southampton?
I did, but I couldn't remember. I was so drunk in them. So at those days, I just couldn't remember them. Yeah.
Was the other one? The Haymarket was another one.
Yeah.
Spa
When I was
Tavern,
on
I
the
used to
Sea
do.
Princess, the in place was the Spa.
Spa Tavern, yeah. Spa.
Yeah, that used to be a lot of time hang out when I was on the CP.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Spa, yeah.
I don't know if that's still there. Is that still there?
Nah.
I couldn't even find it now, to be honest with
Neither
you.
could I. Yeah.
Andy, where was it?
Spa was right in the town, not literally about 5 minutes walk from the bar gate itself, just around a back
Right.
street. It was in a local back street
That's
near the bar gate.
overlooking some office blocks, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I was in there one day when the Canberra, the Orion, and the QE2 were all in the same day.
Wow.
Fucking
Oh,
amazing.
chaotic.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Andy, what ship were you on at the time?
I was probably on the Canberra or the Oriana then. I was on one of them.
Yeah.
Medi cruising.
Yeah, I was in Canberra.
But what?
Yeah.
When the Canberra used to come round and meet up in Sydney, and on the World Cruise, that was quite a special, wasn't it? When you'd meet up, when she met up with the Oriana or something.
Yeah.
That was
the Orient would have been absolutely heaving there as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember a pub in Southampton who's like a round building? We used to call it the Roundhouse, but it wasn't called the Round. It was called.
Was it
something
the
else.
Sun Inn?
Was it the Sun Inn? It used to be round, quite modern.
Oh right.
What, near the terminals, near the gate?
No, it was in town. Just to the left of the bar gate. You know where the old gate is? Just down the street to the left, down there at the end.
Oh, there was, yeah. There was a beer keller down
I got jumped on. I was going out with a barmaid there. And I came out, a few bob in my pocket. I was working on the QE2 at the time. A few bob in my pocket, came out, and I got jumped by about 4 locals.
No.
Yeah, wanted to, what you do with our fucking women, like, you know what I mean? You. next thing you know, there's a lot of guys walking past off the QE2 and all piled into them. That was my lucky day.
There used to be one, as you come up from the Isle of Wight ferry terminal, there used to be a wooden pub. Can you remember the one that was built of wood? I'm sure it was called the Sun Inn.
There's one that's
Before you
on the
walked up the high
left-hand side.
street. Sorry?
Was it on the left-hand side?
Yeah. Well, if you
Yeah,
walk down from the red line, it was on the left, but it was on the same street as Red Line.
I think it's been pulled down. They got the foundations there of the old wall.
That's right. Yeah, it was around there somewhere. I can remember it
Yeah,
being right next to the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I stayed at that pub called the Grapes last year. And it's only just come back to me now that that's a pub we used to go into, the Grapes.
So that's right down at near the front, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's just set back a couple of streets.
Yeah.
Have you got the Titanic across the road or the White Star or something?
Memorial.
Well, that's quite close to the JB, Steve.
Mm.
Isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's over the other side. The other side, at the back of the Witherspoons.
Oh, right, because I know when you come out.
I stayed there last year, but I do remember now. It didn't click at the time, but I do remember now. We used to go in there for drinks, called the Grapes.
I know when we walked from the JB over to Spoons, we passed the pub. Was that called the White Star? You know, you come out the JB and walk down, going back towards the town centre. There's a pub on corner further down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that one's called.
I thought it was something to do with Titanic, a White Star.
Yeah, yeah.
White Star Inn, is it? White Star Tavern or something?
No, not I can't.
Possibly.
I can't recall. Gizzy.
It's a back street, but it's still there, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to have a look next time.
Well, that Duke of Wellington's just down the road from the JB, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the way you got chucked out there, didn't we, Dave?
Don't start all of that.
They chucked us out of the pub, so we sat in the street at the tables.
Wasn't that the Adam and Eve at one time?
Oh,
I remember the Duke of
75th
Wellington.
Anniversary.
I do remember the Duke of Wellington, the Duke of Boot, as we used to call it.
Yeah.
And when we went in there, when I was on the Oriana, the landlord back then had been a chief steward on the Queen Mary some years before.
Blimey.
And retired and taken over that pub.
That's how he bought the pub, I suppose.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's funny enough, actually. There's all pictures and paintings on the walls of the Cunard, isn't there? Queen Mary, that's all the stuff last time I was in there.
It's a Cunard pub. Would you call it a Cunard pub?
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
Possibly. Yeah.
I don't know. I just remember the landlord was ex-chief steward on the Queen Mary.
We've got a lot of Cunarders in there.
Yeah.
I remember the crew barman off the QE2 used to come down the ship in his Rolls Royce.
Oh,
Rolls Royce.
Hey, not bad, is it? His big Rolls Royce.
One up from Mother Brock and her Daimler.
Well, that's like Chris Chapman years ago showing up at my house in his Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Frankie Brock had a roller, didn't he?
No, he had a Daimler. I saw
the
him get
Daimler
out-
Manky Frock did, yeah.
I saw him get out of a Daimler on the quayside when we were on the Oriana, and he got out in a boiler suit. He had a boiler suit on.
Isn't there a story about? Isn't there a story about that? That they.
Well, Frankie Brock had his,
they wanted
Frankie
to
Brock had his,
Wasn't there a
Frankie Brock had his
story
brand
that
new
they
Daimler
went about to-
delivered the day he got down by the taxman.
Yeah.
Isn't there a story about the captain was on the bridge or something, and he saw his Rolls Royce pull up to the edge of the ship on the side of on the dock and all that, and he sent everybody running down to see who was in the Rolls Royce, and Frankie Brock got out in a fucking boiler suit.
Yeah, Manky Frock.
Oh, dear.
I remember in the International Lounge years ago, and it was they were at the bar chatting about cars, and Bon Bon was out the front, and Sammy Bradford was at the counter there, and he was talking about his new car, and it just bought a new the
Rover.
Metro. Family, and he was delighted with this new mini Metro, and then they started talking, and then Bon Bon, and he said to Bon Bon, "Have you got a car?" He said, "Yeah, I just got a new car," and he said, "I just got a Rover 3.5."
I remember that.
I think the following day, all the bars got raided.
I went out to his place in Ely and he had it then.
There was another story about cars where for the life of me, I think it was John Hislop, second engineer. Anybody remember him? Maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah, we were talking about him earlier, Colin. He's just passed away.
Oh, is it? Oh, right. Okay, I did not
week.
know that. But well, they were talking at the bar about cars and all that, and Dougie Bayliss was there, and they talking about cars, etc. And John Hislop said, "Oh, I've got a so and so, whatever it was. What do you got, Dougie?" He said, "I got a Jensen." And they all went, "What?" What he didn't say was it was a Jensen Healy, not an Interceptor. He didn't say that.
He told me it was a Jensen Interceptor.
No, it was a Jensen Healy he had.
Yeah, well, I told
Small
him
one.
when I was on leave, I bought a Lotus Elan 2+2 John Players Special, all in black and gold linen. And I went back on the ship, Mr. Big Shot, and I told him what I bought, and he shot me right down. He said, "Well, I had a Jensen Healy when I was 18 or 19 or something."
Wow.
Oh, bollocks to you. I was only a PRS. He's a bad manager.
Yeah.
I bought myself a Hillman Imp when I was a BR.
Hillman Imp.
Bloody hell, Scotty.
Big time, Derek.
Well done, Scotty.
Always Mr. Modest, Scotty.
Yeah.
I got a question. I got a question for Colin. So, Colin, on
Yes.
that picture behind me, when I worked in the Stern Gallery, you were a PRS. So, what bar were you in? Monkey Bar?
No, never worked in the Monkey Bar. I worked in the Stern Gallery.
Well, you
Ocean
weren't
Bar.
there then.
And the Ocean Bar and the midships.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Never worked in the Monkey Bar.
Okay.
Who's behind you? I can't see behind you.
Well, I'll move out of the way. I got Dougie Bayliss,
Yeah.
Mick Hudson, Dave Sawyer, and the infamous
Jimmy Bills.
Jimmy Bills, who's infamous. Yes.
Yeah, Jimmy Bills. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know all of them. Dave Sawyer as well.
That's sold all of them, yeah.
Dave's dead now.
Dave Sawyer, I believe, died on the operating table with a collapsed pancreas.
Yeah, he did. Dave was very young. I don't think he was 40, Dave was.
No,
No, he wasn't.
He was young, 38, 39 maybe.
Yeah, him and I were big pals on the CP. Big
Yeah.
pals. Him, myself, and Bom Bom. We used to always go out shore together.
Great guy, Dave Sawyer. Brilliant.
Yeah, he was a good lad.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you? Do you remember the stewardess he married?
Ursula.
Ursula.
Yeah.
Funny story. Years and years ago, when I'm retired now. When I was in the pub trade, I went to Loughborough Magistrates Court one morning to get a license for an outside bar, and I sat in the gallery to wait till I was called up. And this woman and guy walked in next to me, and straight away I thought, I know her, but I couldn't place. And she smiled at me, and it was Ursula.
Oh, right, okay.
And she was married. I think the guy she's married to, I think she said he was an engineer, but whether or not, not from the ship's not, I don't know. And they took a pub not too far from here, actually, called the Priory, but they weren't there long. They were only there about 18 months, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm friends with Ursula on Facebook.
Sorry?
She's on Facebook.
Oh, she's still active. Yeah. I went up to see her, certainly at least once, possibly a couple of times when she was up there. But I don't think they were there much more than a couple of years.
She's only about 3'8", wasn't she?
Yeah, I think you're right, Andy. Yeah, about 3'8", very short.
Quick question for Pete. Pete, photo in the background. It's lovely to see that one. But what's the news with Jack and his family?
The funeral is on the 29th, Charlie?
Yeah, 29th.
29th. At Pitsea Crematorium. And
In
have you heard from Jack Jr.? Charlie?
Have I?
Yeah. Has he said
Only last week, and with that information there. But I'll be over in about 3-4 weeks, and I'll be meeting up with him then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go, and I've let quite a few people know that that knew Jack that are based in the UK now. But I can't imagine there'll be many from sea because he'd been gone for some time.
Yeah, right.
And he hadn't been in that good health the last few years either, so he wasn't very mobile. But no, sad day. As there was it's been quite a few this month, hasn't there? Or not last month.
Don't
You
worry
know,
about it.
yeah.
I'm going to cut out, guys, because I've got visitors, as you know. So I'll see you all in 2 weeks.
Okay. Cheers, Colin.
Okay.
All right, Colin. Cheers.
Nice to see you all. Okay.
Take care,
Everybody
Colin.
take
Good night,
care
mate.
now. Brendan, just to let you know, going to Ireland. We will be going.
Brilliant.
Okay. See you
Great.
later, guys. Ciao.
Just on about that island trip, Colin.
Yeah, go on.
Brendan. I was checking some of the flights. You would like from if you're living in certainly down south, there's good flights from Gatwick and the Stansted. Is it worth getting ahead and booking the flights as soon as possible, because they're really good prices at the moment?
Yeah, I'd go
You've
ahead.
got to confirm those dates for us, Brendan.
Pardon?
Those dates are definite, are they?
Yes, yes. I spoke with Noel in the week, and I spoke with Seamus, and they're all up. Those dates are good. So all we've got to do, we're going to source 3 hotels that are in close proximity in the centre of Galway, and and we're going to get in contact with each of the hotels and see if they can do a rate or something. But until we just want a rough idea on numbers. We know it can sort of go up and down a bit, but we're definitely going. But we're going to drive over. I'm not sure if Ollie's going to come with us or not, but we're going to do some driving afterwards. We're going to go around the Wild Atlantic Way.
Yeah. Well, I looked at some flights myself the other day.
Yeah.
And if you're just taking just a carry-on bag, which is all you need for a few days, it's only 56 quid return.
Yeah, it's 54 from Gatwick.
I'd book it if you're getting such good flight rates at those days, and that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Brendan,
54
what are the
from-
dates? What are the dates? Because I don't know what they are.
It's the last week in September.
26th.
Last week.
I'll just get them for you now. Hold on.
Because I'll drive from Northern Ireland. I'll go to see my brother.
Yeah.
So I'll come from.
It's the 25th, 26th, and 27th, 3 nights. But of course, if people just want to do 2 nights, or if they want to stay longer, it's entirely up to them.
Yeah.
But the actual get together is over those 3 nights. So the first night, I'll be sort of like a get together at a local establishment, sort of restaurant thing. And then the second day, the next day, Seamus we're trying to organise a trip to one of the Aran Islands. So you get on a boat and you go out to this island off the coast, west coast of Ireland, and you do a bit of touring around. And then the next day, we're talking about doing something in the city. So that's sort of some loose ideas at the moment, but the itinerary will come out nearer the time. But of course, if anybody wants to do something in particular, please let us know, but go onto the Galway tourism website and it gives you an idea what's going on there. But we figured it's in between. The week before was the Galway Seafood Festival, and then a couple of weeks later is the world famous Galway Jazz Festival. So we figured if we clash with the Jazz Festival, accommodation would be great. So we've gone for that. But city centre hotels are not cheap. That's all I'd say to you guys. But you don't have to stay there. The Galway tourist website has loads and loads of accommodation all around, So but we're aiming for somewhere central.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
for this
we're
visit,
looking,
will we have
Brendan.
to wear similar capellas to what we had to do in France, which
That's down to the hosts. The hosts will be deciding on the capellas. As you know, our previous host came in with some superstar hats there, and they've been seen all over the world. We'll have to see what the Irish come up with.
That's true. Yeah.
And the Rugby World Cup will be on at that time.
Oh
So
my God.
Ireland, of course, will be playing the day before on the 24th, I think,
Oh
or the
my God.
25th.
Right.
So I suppose we got to support the Irish.
Yeah.
An Irish rugby shirt with you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So Eddie, I'm afraid Scotland let us down today against Ireland.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Yeah, they got
played
beat
really
again.
well. They played well.
They're too good.
I must say something about, now you talk about Eddie there. Eddie, you are going to be famous because you fit the criteria of working for P&O Princess Cruises up until 86, but you're still at sea. I mean, my God, how old are you?
Yeah, I was 60 last November and I'll be 61 this November.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone's going to beat that. It's still at sea.
Eddie spent many years at P&O North Sea Ferries, didn't you, Eddie? And then
Well, P&O Scottish Ferries, yeah. And then Serco took it over, Northlink took it over. We ended up
that's where we hooked up again.
Of course, saying that, I apologise to our anchorman Dave. Of course, what last year was it the year before when you got sent back into back up north to Scotland, didn't you?
I did, yes. Yeah, I was back up there for a short while, Eddie.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. That was good. That was good.
Did you like Oban, Dave?
I loved it. I mean, the islands are wonderful.
It is. Oban's something else, and it's great on shore.
Yeah. Very, very good. Yeah, it's beautiful. And the islands, which is your favourite island?
Barra's quite good. And then Collins is good as well. Tyree, but I've never really got off the boat in Tyree, so we'll need to, hopefully one day we'll get a day in Tyree, we'll be able to get up the road. But Barra's good for it. Good pubs in Barra, so it's quite good.
Barra's good. It's famous for its runway being the beach. They've got 5 flights going in, and they land on the beach. So it's obviously governed by the tide when the planes can come in and land or take off. But that's quite a sight to see, out there. And Colonsay is well known for the oysters as wonderful. Colonsay oysters are really, really good.
Have you tried the gin? The gin's very good.
Gin and the beer. Colonsay beer.
Oh, you've tried the Colonsay beer's good.
Yeah, the beers are good. Very good. So it's nice to hear the accent again, Eddie. Yeah.
Well, I'm up in Edinburgh in a couple of weeks. I'm hoping to get in touch with the lovely Alistair.
Oh, really?
I'm going up for a weekend, yeah.
What, are you going up to Edinburgh?
Yeah, a pal of mine who's funny enough from this village where I live, died at a very young age, 44, about a month or two ago, and they had a little celebration for him up here. Well, this weekend, but I just couldn't get away this weekend because I've got other commitments today. So I'm going up on the 24th, is it? 25th, 26th, 27th. I'm going up to Edinburgh to meet some of his mates, and I'm hoping to. I'll let Alistair know if I'm up there, see if I can have a pint with Alistair as well, if I can.
Yeah. Oh, he'll make an effort for that.
Oh, no, I'm sure he will.
Sounds like a crew bar 24 up there.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, flipping it. So, Charlie, you say you're coming over to the UK in about 5 weeks. Is that right?
Yes, for a funeral, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then you're going over to Ireland after that?
Probably not this time. I'm saving that for the September thing.
Right.
I'll be back at the beginning of September, and then I'll make that the grand finale before I come back to Bermuda.
Got it.
So Charlie and I were talking during the week, Brendan, and we were saying we should make arrangements to probably come down and see you while he's over for a few days.
Yeah, most welcome.
He's going to be in Essex, so
Dave Morgan,
Ollie as well.
Dave Morgan, do you remember Dave Morgan, Charlie?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's still around. He's not in the best of health, but if you come down, we can go and see Dave.
Yeah, no problem.
Hilda's over at Broadstairs and Derek's at Margate, so we could do a little mini reunion on the Isle of Thanet.
Yeah. I don't know if Dave Morgan will remember me. He might.
Well, I see Dave because he lives in a warden-assisted McCarthy Stone complex, and my brother's in one of those, and so I bump into him every now and then. And but his health's not great. But
yeah,
we sailed him on the Ark, didn't we, Charlie?
I can't remember specifics with a lot of them, but
sure he was on the Ark.
I don't know if I did any trip. I think I stood by with him in Southampton a lot more than actually sailed with him. I think when we were doing the standbys in Southampton, I'm not sure that I took off on any ships with him.
We used to have to lock up.
Big fella, right?
Yeah.
Back then.
When he was on the toot, we used to, the alarm bells would go up. Watch out, the butcher's on the toot, and we'd all lock our cabin doors because he'd come in and just start his own party.
Yeah.
Couldn't get rid of him. He was you couldn't push him out of the cabin. He was just too big.
Yeah, he was massive.
Dave Huntley and Dave Morgan, right?
Yeah. It was a big unit, Dave.
I'm storekeeper with him on the Tiger out of
Yeah.
London, over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A gentle giant, really. He was never aggressive or anything like that. He was a
No.
nice-
But talk about meeting up. Gizzy, you said you met up with the boss. Is that right?
Yeah, I went down to Southampton last week, and he called me actually, and I said I'm on the train going down. He asked what time we got in.
Yeah.
And he says, "Well, let me know when you get in, and I'll perhaps meet you in the standing order." Well, it's about, I don't know, 15 minutes walk from the station,
Yeah.
and it's actually on the way to the stadium as well. So I only sort of went, 5 minutes out my way.
Yeah.
So I met him in there. He's still on the coffee.
Yes.
I waited about 15 minutes to get a pint because the place was evening, and I couldn't be bothered waiting for another one. So yeah, but nice little catch up. Few names mentioned, no names mentioned. Yeah, and he's of course he's booked in for 19th of May, of course.
Yeah.
So we'll all see each other there.
Yeah.
There you go, Charlie.
He's looking very frail.
Alan's
Sorry?
put a picture up there. There's Dave Morgan on that picture.
Looking very frail, Dave.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah.
How old's that picture, Taff?
Oh, not old, Alan, is it? It's about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
About 3 or 4 years, I'd say.
yeah, about 5 years.
Yeah.
About 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Where's that? Is that at Dave Morgan's place?
Oh, I
Yeah.
was in his house. Yeah,
Alan,
I was passing through, and Brendan and I met up, and Sherry, and Brendan arranged to take me to visit Dave, because
Brilliant.
Dave lives in the same apartment building as Brendan's brother,
Yeah. Yeah. Got
and
it.
it was lovely.
I
to
wouldn't
get
recognise him there.
No,
wouldn't you?
No.
No,
it
but
was nice to catch up with him. It really was.
the last time I saw him was down at Dover when he was security, and I was on Hebridean Princess, and we came in to Dover when we were doing the South Coast cruising, out of Scottish territory. Every summer we used to go somewhere, and this was down the South Coast, and we went to Dover, and you were working, I think, Brendan, weren't you?
That's right, yeah.
Sherry came down with, in fact, Dave was working, I think,
Yeah,
Quayside, and Sherry came on board for a visit.
that's right.
Yeah.
She talks very fondly of it, Dave.
Last time I would have seen him was 74 or 75.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was really massively barrel-chested, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was.
really, yeah.
His upper body was amazing, was massive.
Yeah.
Well, I take my hat off to all you boys who never smoked. And I know a lot of you, and I mean just regular cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You never smoked. And I always say whenever I meet up with one of the lads who didn't smoke, we all had a drink, but I smoked in the end. I was smoking about 3 packs of cigarettes a day, and I take my hat off. I always say, you bastards live till you're 100 at least.
I'm working on
I
it.
don't know what we're going to be like at 99, Alan. We'll be a bit of a doddery old force, I think.
Yeah,
Probably
well,
need a
that's
fag
all
at 99, Brendan.
Brendan, at least you'll know how to use a computer.
Keep the Zoom going to the last man.
Yeah.
The last man standing.
We'll be full of bags and dribbling.
Yeah.
And soft.
That'll be Eddie. He's the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to put an
That's
urn in
amazing
front of
that I'm the youngest at 61. I feel great.
Yeah.
You look well.
Youngest
boy
at 60,
amongst
sorry,
this
61 this year.
Can't believe it. It's great, isn't it? Yeah.
It's nice to see you still got your blonde hair, Eddie.
My hair was dark up until about 10 years ago, and then it just
That's what I
started
mean.
losing it.
Yeah.
You've turned blonde.
Yeah.
Blonde highlights.
I think I might have some photographs somewhere, Eddie, actually,
Yeah.
from the sun.
Eddie, I'll look out and see if I've got I know I've got a picture of Brendan when we were on in Scrabster, Brendan. I know.
Yeah.
Brendan, you sent me one. Did you send me one? Did you?
I
You
did.
sent me
I'll
one,
have
didn't you,
to
Wilbur?
pick it out. I've got it somewhere, Eddie. I'll send it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Brendan, Eddie's going to send you his discharge picture to you via WhatsApp, and then you can forward it to me.
I'll do that. Yeah.
And I'll need that within 24 hours.
That's the
No
order.
pressure, Eddie. No pressure.
Eddie, you're on under pressure. You're on. Yeah.
No pressure, mate.
No, that's it. The clock starts now. Yeah.
Talking about clocks, Barbara, what's the fucking time there now?
Language.
Actually, I can't see my clock, but the crew bar started at 3 a.m. Here, so it must be getting on towards 4 a.m. So I'm feeling a bit weary now because I've been busy all day, but this jet lag has been terrible. So I crept out of the room and left my fiance in the room, and I left a note on the pillow, so just in case she woke up and think, my God, he's done a runner. So I've done that a few times early in the morning. I'm sure we all have. But yeah, so but I must admit I'm feeling a little bit jaded now. So and
admiration to you, Bobo, and also to Blackpool Bob. Bloody hell, he just got down to Australia, and we've had quite a bit of footage.
Oh, have you? I haven't seen anything yet. I'll have to.
Yeah, it's great. He's doing really well. Yeah.
He's certainly getting the grub down him.
Yeah, mostly in wrestling.
Owner jury. Flipping heck.
He's not hanging around. We were talking actually when we were on the walk in the week. The old geezers, Bobo was telling me
that was great.
We were talking about Filipino food. I don't know if any of you encountered Filipino food, but it's not the greatest. And I remember when I worked on my last company, they used to fight over pigs' heads, the pig's ears, and blood. They used to have blood delivered, pig's blood for cooking. Not great.
They love pork. They love pork.
Well, they used
my
to call
cholesterol goes right up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm having a good time here. I'll be moving around. My son's flying in from Sydney on Tuesday, and then we're going to Davao for 6 nights with him. So which will be good. He's been to Philippines about 3 times before. So, and I was out with the family early this morning. We went to some markets. We went to Makati, which is the business district here, and we went. Their family have got dogs, so we took the dogs for a walk this morning, and but it's a busy place, busy place. Yeah, traffic's crazy. Yeah, so but having a good time. It's hot here, which is good.
Still got the multicolored bike, Bobo? No.
Sorry,
you haven't got a bike.
Yeah, no, I'll ride a bike here, get run over. Yeah.
Take your life in your hands.
Oh, you haven't got your bike there, then, Bobo?
No.
They've still got their multicoloured buses and taxis.
Yeah,
the jeepneys. They've got the jeepneys. Yeah, I've been in a jeepney once, and never again. I'll never get the jeepney ever again. I hate them. Yeah.
No, Eddie, just because you're the new boy, in a very nice way, obviously, I hope you've been comfortable on your bar stool for your first experience in the crew bar. Just to let you know that we do the UK version every other week now. So in 2 weeks' time, we'll be doing the same again. But if you are interested, you can do next Sunday at 9 o'clock UK time. We do an Aussie crew bar, so the boys down under can join in, and we have a few of us obviously from the UK. But if you are up
9 o'clock AM, Dave.
Sorry?
9 o'clock AM, tell him.
9 o'clock AM. Yeah, exactly. Which on a Sunday morning seems a lot earlier than you really want, but
you're sitting there, oh, what's going on?
But it's all right. There's some good guys down there as well.
A lot of guys from the old Oriana, isn't there, Dave?
There's boys from the Oriana and the Arcadia, and obviously BBC Pete will be there, and Steve
Arcadia.
And Taffy comes in because he knows a lot from down under as well. I don't know, it'd be even worse timing for you, Bobo, won't it? It'll
I get confused with the times I do.
Yeah, it is, but it's good to see. It's nice to have you in, Eddie, and Andy. Nice seeing you back in again. Great stuff.
Andy, are you going to lunch, Andy? In Southampton?
I don't know, when is it? I haven't had an invite, I think.
Is it the 18th of May?
19th.
19th.
19th of May.
19th of May.
Yeah.
I'll have to check. Do you have to book it up or what?
Yes.
Yeah, book it with. I'll send the stuff over to you.
Okay. All right.
I'll send
Dave Jukes organised it, ex-chief engineer.
And
Okay.
Eddie, you can come. I know it's Southampton, but Alistair comes down from Edinburgh. If you are off, you'd be more than welcome to come down for the luncheon. It's a P&O luncheon.
Oscar will be there as well.
Yeah.
Singing Mad, Mad, Mad.
Singing the first thing that comes into his head.
He'll just be singing. But talking about Oscar, Colonel, is there an Oscar story this week?
Well, actually, of course, the Oscars start at 5 o'clock tonight, Dave. But are you talking about our Oscars?
Our Oscar.
No, there's no Oscars this week. I put a clip in of a hot toddy party on the stern deck of the Sun Princess. So it's only a couple of minutes, but it shows Ron Blackman and Hilda and you.
But is there also an aeroplane ditching at the aft end at the same time?
No, I was on leave, or I was gone when that happened.
Say no more. Yeah. Hey, well, look, boys, the traffic lights are up, so we will be starting to wave now. And obviously, thanks for you all coming in. And for as far afield as we see, Chris from California and Bob in Manila. But we always get the weather report from Bermuda. And we've even gone as far as South Wales. Is that right, Taffy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, good boy.
Just across the Welsh Channel.
Yeah, bloody Welsh Channel again.
The weather's warming up. It's warming up now, ready for the spring. I'm starting
the daffodils.
Yeah.
You got your daffodils out.
Can I ask one question for Andy? I haven't seen you for so long, Andy.
All right.
But I noticed up on Facebook, I think, did I see some grandchildren around?
Oh, yes, I've got 2 grandkids, yeah.
Well done on you. Good boy. Well done.
My granddaughter, funny enough, she just been in the local paper because she's 8 years old, and she decided that she wants to donate her hair to the Little Princess Trust, which makes wigs for kids with cancer.
Oh,
you have at least 10 inches of hair. She hadn't had a haircut ever, so she's donating her hair to this Little Princess Trust. She decided all amongst herself. She saw the paper or the TV, and she's doing that. She's having a haircut at Easter, and then she was hoping to raise £150. She's already raised over 500.
Wow!
Pays at least one wig. So yeah, she's a lovely little girl.
Fantastic.
Well done.
Yeah,
lovely.
I was just going to say to Eddie, do you know Ray Zachary?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's usually on air. He's not here today, but he will be in at some point.
He's probably up in his cottage.
No, he's actually
he's over here.
The last time I seen Ray Zachary was when I was on the Canberra. I think it was 88 or 89, was it? And we were in St Martin, and the Pacific Princess was in, and he was the bar manager on it at the time. We went over for the day. Went visiting over there. Yeah.
Oh, so he's over here then.
Yeah.
Yes,
come visit his mum. It's not too well.
He's a bit committed for as far as just coming over to see his dear old mum. So it's a bit of a challenge for him.
Yeah. Is he in the UK at the moment then? Yeah.
Say again.
Dave, is he in the UK at the moment?
Yes.
Oh, right. It's from Exeter, wasn't it?
Tommy?
Does it originate from Exeter?
Exeter, yes.
I thought so, yeah.
But
right. I didn't realise this. I didn't realise he was here right now.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a challenge for him. So it's not a social, if you know what I mean, as far as meeting up. But yeah. But we'll hear any news from him. And he does send all his regards. He sent a quick message before the crew bar tonight to send regards to everybody. And well, hopefully we'll see him in 2 weeks' time. Whether it be here or over in Canada, back home, I don't know, but we'll wait and see.
Okay.
But anyway, so boys, Eddie, this is the upsetting bit now. You have to start waving with a smile on your face, all right? Okay. And Colonel will magically put music in the background.
Lost in its world of pain when the fiddler stops. It's closing time. Women tear their blouses off and the men they dance on the polka dots. And its partner found and its partner lost and its hip to pay when the fiddler stops. It's closing time.
Good morning, dear boys. What the channel do? Yeah. Cheers. Is that Mr. Injai here, that famous film star? Oh, dear. Everybody's to drop their trousers and have spot the arse competition.